To go viral, Lamar Jackson broke Michael Vick's single-season rushing record for a quarterback last night, but another quarterback has his eyes set on Lamar, with Tom Brady tweeting out, "In me versus Lamar, 40-yard dash on natural grass, but he has to wear rollerblades. Who's buying the pay-per-view?"
Unless Lamar's wearing cinder blocks.
Boy, Action Jackson was asked about it after the game. Listen to this.
We're going to win that race. Rollerblades on grass? Yes. Oh, man. I'm going to see what I can do. Tom still got a little bit in him. I seen him.
Oh, I like it.
These guys, first of all, I would say I look the goofiest because of the pinwheel hat. But can we zoom in on Canny?
Yeah, that's
Kenny, that's not great either.
I don't understand the hat with the glasses.
But you also look like you either just woke up or you just woke up.
I mean, and I'm curious about that tattoo.
The tattoo?
Yeah, I'm very curious about what that tattoo represents there, big fella. Oh, gosh. By the way, Lamar would dust him wearing rollerblades on grass. It wouldn't matter. Y'all see, man, Tom Brady ran 17 yards against the Chiefs, and he...
You needed a sundial.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you see how excited he was when the play was over?
Oh, yeah. He thought they were going to win it.
Pumping up. And did you see Lamar's shirt in the press conference? The North is not enough. Is that what it said?
Yeah, Harbaugh broke those out after they clinched the division.
That's
a good one. You couldn't see it because of all the chains that were.
I love it. Lamar's chain game is
big, right?
Outrageous. How about this? He's the quarterback GOAT for jewelry already.
Yes, yeah.
No question about it.
Yeah.
Probably hurt his draft stock. If we're
Time for stories to start your morning. Last night, Luka Doncic was in Mexico City to face the Pistons. Luka's teammates were probably there too.
Who cares, though?
Exactly. Luka put on a show, dropping 41 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists. It was his second 40-point triple-double in just the second season.
This makes me so happy.
Nick, how impressive was Luka last night?
I mean, you can't be surprised by it. By the way, now he has 2 40-point triple-doubles before hitting the age of 21, beating the record that LeBron held of 1, and he doesn't turn 21. I think my son's birthday is February 28th. February 28th, he turns 21, so we'll probably get another one. He's been unbelievable. Shout out to Seth Curry, by the way, who had 23 in the first half, helping his team as well. But Luka continues to be a legitimate MVP candidate for one of the most surprising teams in basketball this year, the current 3rd seed in the West, Candy, the Dallas Mavericks.
Now, the biggest reason why they're the 3rd seed is because of the way that Luka is playing, but also the brilliance of the front office making that move last year to trade for Kristaps Porzingis when he was coming off of the torn ACL. I mean, there's not a lot of protocol for a 7'3" guy off of a knee reconstruction, but Kristaps Porzingis has looked great. And this Dallas Mavericks team is ahead of schedule in terms of what they're doing on the court right now.
How about the brilliance of trading up to get Luka? They had the 5th pick of the draft. They ended up getting a guy who's going to be one of the 30 greatest players ever. The 5th pick of the draft, they traded Trae Young and the following year's pick for Luka, one of the greatest draft day trades we've ever seen.
By the way, Seth Curry, the more successful Curry brother this season.
No doubt about it.
On to the Sixers facing the Boston Celtics last night. Joel Embiid had a night, scoring 38 points, grabbing 13 rebounds in a 115-109 win over Boston. A much-needed game from Embiid, who's averaging his fewest points since his rookie year. Nick, how big of a win was this for Philly?
Oh, it's a big win. Boston's been outstanding, particularly on their home court. And Philly, after that 7-5 start now, quietly 12-2 since then. Embiid maybe playing himself into better shape. Embiid said he deserved some of the criticism that was coming from Shaquille O'Neal and the likes. He has to play like an MVP for them to live up to their expectations, which are making the NBA Finals. It should be a 2-team race in the East, the Bucks and the Sixers. The Bucks have clearly separated themselves. Sixers stuck around Miami and Toronto and Boston. That's a great win for them yesterday.
No, it's a great win for them. And here's the thing, a lot of losing winning to Philadelphia, being able to get Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Now you have to be able to make it worth their while. And that's going to require Embiid to realize his full potential. And again, the criticism that he got from Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, that wasn't unwarranted. I mean, he deserved it because he should be in better shape coming into the season, but now it starts to feel like he's getting into that midseason form, and if he does, look out, because he is one of the best big men in the NBA.
Embiid likes playing the Celtics when Al Horford's not guarding
no
him.
doubt about it.
On to the NFL now. The Cowboys are trying everything to break out of their funk. Head coach Jason Garrett reportedly showed the team a highlight reel of their good play last season as motivation. Kenny, you were a player. You spent time in the locker room. Does something like this work?
Come on, Coach. If we pulling off of last season, we're grasping at straws at that point. I mean, last year's team ain't got nothing to do with this year's team now. Jenna, you made the point about this team maybe not being as talented as we thought coming into the season. The only thing I would say to that is the last 3 years, I've seen a talented team, and then you look at the metrics. This is a really good ball club, a top 5 offense, a top 10 defense. They just have not performed, and a big reason why it has to be the head coach.
Can someone show Jason Garrett highlight films of Jim Harbaugh's 4th down decisions this year? Can we do that?
He went for 4th down on his own 20.
It went for a 4th and 1, did Harbaugh in last night's game, up 21 late on his own side of the field, because he understands the numbers in his team in a better way than Jason Garrett does. The Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles got one thing in common. Both coaches just grasping for straws motivationally because the teams are so underachieving. I don't think people overstated the talent on the roster. I agree with you. The team has just not lived up to it, and that ultimately, of course, falls on coaching.
All right, let's get back to last night's game. Thursday Night Football. Ravens beating the Jets. Along the way, Lamar Jackson breaking Michael Vick's single-season rushing record for a quarterback. He also showed off his arm, throwing 5 touchdown passes, giving him 33 on the year. That ties Vinny Testaverde's team record. Lamar talked about the passing mark after the game, said he was proud of it, but as he does with everything else, kind of shied it off and said we've got something much bigger to worry about here. Nick, which is the more impressive feat? The rushing record or the passing touchdown record for Lamar?
To me, it's definitely the rushing record. And I know some might say, and I don't know what Kenny's going to say, that because there were questions about his ability to throw the football, it should be the passing mark. But a few things here. One is Lamar's passing touchdowns have been really inflated by him being exceptional against awful teams. First game of the year, I think his third 5-touchdown game of the year. And that's not taking anything away from him. It's simply saying that the bad teams have had no ability to stop them in either direction. But the rushing mark has come against everybody. He has been effective running the football. You play the Niners, no problem. I'll run on them. Play Seattle, I'll run on them. New England, I'll run on them. And so his ability to week in, week out, avoid the big hit. I understand on the oddly enough, ironically, if you will, the play he set the record on. He took a shot now, but he typically does just what you're seeing right there. Get as many yards as he can and then beat you to the sideline. That's where his speed's so great. Get as many yards as you can, beat you to the sideline, avoid the big hit, and beat a record, Kenny, that I would have thought was close to unbreakable. Because Mike Vick, at that point, when he set that record, was the player people alleged Lamar was going to be. A running back playing quarterback who occasionally throws the football. To have that record in a season where he also is likely to lead the entire NFL in touchdown passes, those two things in unison, to me, are spectacular. But that rushing record will stand for years and years and years unless he breaks it himself moving forward. So to me, that's the more impressive feat.
No, it has to be the rushing record. I mean, when you look at throwing 30 touchdown passes in a season, if you're a quality quarterback, if you're a top 10 quarterback and you're healthy for the entire year, you're probably going to throw right around 30 touchdown passes. So I don't think that's as impressive, especially in today's game. When Vinny T did it in '96, it was a different game. In terms of the rules now, the way that the receivers can be impacted by defenders, I mean, you're limited in terms of your options to neutralize the passing game. But as far as quarterbacks go running the football, once that quarterback gets outside of the pocket, you can treat him like a running back by and large. And the fact that Lamar Jackson has over 1,100 yards rushing, that's just unbelievable.
Insane. It should be impossible.
It should be.
He could have, if he were to play, I don't know if he's going to play the full season, but if he has to play, The fact that it's on the board that we could have a quarterback with a 1,300-yard rushing season, which is most years good enough to be top 5 rushing for the entire NFL, it seems it's Madden-esque. I know we've talked about his Madden speed rating, and Mike Vick was very funny. Mike Vick said, I don't mind him beating my rushing record.
Oh,
I don't
Lamar
like
Jackson?
that he beat my speed rating in Madden. They're Madden numbers in real life is what we're seeing.
But given what we thought about Lamar Jackson coming into this season, how impressive is the throwing mark, is the passing mark, is the touchdown mark, the fact that he will throw the ball sometimes before running it?
Well, to me, that's the most impressive part, and the fact that he can actually win from the well. He can throw the ball down the field with accuracy from the pocket. You saw him do it last night on the Marquise Brown touchdown throw and the Seth Roberts touchdown throw, which was 2nd and 20. Jenna, the fact that he's capable of doing that now, defenses don't have any good answers in terms of how to defend Lamar Jackson. If you line up and you play zone coverage, well, guess what? He's got the football IQ now to know where the holes are and the ability to throw the ball with accuracy in those tight windows. And if you're in man coverage, well, now you have another issue because you have defenders running with their backs turned. If he takes off, guess what? It's going to be an explosive play in the run game. So, I mean, there are no good ways to defend a quarterback with the athletic ability that Lamar Jackson has, coupled with the football IQ. And now you've seen him clean up some of the issues that he's had with his delivery, his footwork within the pocket. I mean, he's the most dangerous threat that we have at the quarterback position right now.
It's impressive. I don't find it that surprising. I thought the narrative at the end of last season was far too colored by the playoff game. He was awful for 3 quarters in the playoff game, no denying it. But during the season, Warren Sharp, who's one of the smartest football people out there, did a great job breaking it down. His numbers compared favorably to rookie quarterbacks historically just passing, remove the running. I watched him at Louisville. That is a pro-style offense from Bobby Petrino. Let's pretend he never ran the football. So take away over his final 2 years, his 3,000 yards rushing and his 39 rushing touchdowns. The year he won the Heisman, he threw for 3,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. Threw for him. He followed that up by throwing for 3,600 yards and 27 touchdowns. His completion percentage was like 2% lower than you would have liked it to be, given the number of drops and the quality of receivers.